episodes.
So y'all answer this for me, because this is just a question ever since I saw this OnlyFans stuff. I just can't process. If I can watch thousands and thousands of porn videos for free, what am I gaining from watching you specifically?
Okay, maybe.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Hey. Oh my God. I'm so high, it's like July. Say how you feel with the clothes you buy. So everybody think I'm rude when I walk by. I ain't like these niggas need to separate. No matter what you do, people still gonna hate. People still gonna hate.
Fellas. No label. What's funny? No label the pod, episode 24. How y'all feeling today, man? What's the vibes like?
Man, I can't believe it's snowing.
Man, my vibe is I want quarantine to be close to done.
So you don't want it to be over, just close to being over?
Well, I want it to be over, but I know it ain't gonna be over tomorrow.
Right.
But
that mean you have to go back to work, buddy?
Buddy, don't remind me.
Now, how you been, man?
I've been good, dog. This was a wild week. It was a wild week. It had a good heart to heart with my brothers. Like, just like really like, like getting on some fresh like new shit. Like, I don't know. Once this school shit is done, like once quarantine is up, bro, it's like just a lot of changes. It's been a wild week. I can't go into details.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
How you been, Dave? What you been up to, man?
Man, I've been great, bro. Been doing kind of like Nelson said. Didn't have the heart to heart yet with my dad, but definitely, focused on me and him kind of building our relationship, focused on that, repairing certain things within family, family issues. I feel like this is a perfect time to do that because we have nothing but time, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, which is great. It's only going to be, it's going to be beneficial for me and him. And I feel like it's going to be a lot because it's been, over time, so that's kind of like what I've been mentally dealing with and, working on and whatnot, trying to work out my issues, family issues and whatnot. But then obviously listen to a lot of old school music too. Been delving into that heavy OD and I'm loving it.
Yeah, me too, man. We were just talking. I was bumping I wanted to say A Tribe Called Quest again. Mobb Deep. We were just talking earlier. I did the same thing. Me and Mobb Deep, the infamous album, and then Hell on Earth, and like both them joints, top to bottom, bro,
Hell
just slide.
Crazy.
Every song, bro. Like I'll just be listening to the album, and I'll be forgetting like what song I'm even on, what's the name of the song, because they all just fire. It doesn't matter.
That's lit.
Vibing.
Just great bars and lyrics and storytelling.
Rest in peace, Prodigy.
Definitely,
facts. Man. Big R.I.P. It's just it's just a great time, man. It's a great time.
The golden era, man. Yeah. I see why it's called the golden era.
OD.
But what new music y'all been bumping? Had a lot of releases come out that we've been looking forward to.
Real talk, I've been in my jazz bag. My jazz shit.
Glad to hear that.
I was listening to Terrence Martin. Like he dropped like two, 3 projects this year already. I didn't even know about. Like he got the one joint, Conscious Conversations. It's like a little collab joint. Like he got Layla Hathaway on that joint. He got some real like soothing, like R&B soul type vibes. So it's like I listened to that project. He got another project called Synthesize, but it's like synthesizer. This is spelled different. That joint smooth as hell. It's like 9 tracks, 16 minutes. It's like I can't even tell you like the names. It's really like real, just jazz, like some real smooth shit. And then he just dropped a project yesterday with Rick Wilson. It's They Call Me Disco. It's like 6 tracks, 17 minutes, all like kind of like I don't say like smooth jazzy shit, like groovy shit, like if you like Phony People, something like that. It reminds me of Anderson .Paak's Malibu. It sounded like he listened to that and was inspired by that and made this project. Like he got bars too. So like he got a good joint in Chicago Bay with BJ Chicago Kid. He got
So that's tough.
Yeah, I've been in my jazz bag.
Throw them in the chat for sure.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so I've been listening to all them joints, touching up. I still listening to Drake. I want to take time to listen to King Shooter. R.I.P. He was on Nas's Mass Appeal label, and he passed away. I want to say a couple days ago. So R.I.P. Peace to his family.
OD.
Yeah, I'm gonna take some time out and listen to him and see how.
Yeah, he was real close with Dave East too, because he used to be on a lot of Dave East projects. So yeah, R.I.P. to him.
R.I.P.
Price, what you been listening to, man?
Oh, you know me, man. Let's
Don't be
see.
talking that bullshit either.
Donnie. All right, so I've been listening to Chris Brown and Thug, of course, man.
Yo, that album is tough.
That shit is amazing.
Slime and B.
Why I think they put that on like streaming platform?
It is.
I didn't see it. I was trying to get
It came out later, but
the first day it wasn't on streaming platforms.
Yeah, I saw it on SoundCloud and I'm like, man, I'm not listening to it through SoundCloud.
Who would have thought? Well, I mean, that they're just such a great music match. Like when they're together.
Yeah, because they're both so versatile.
Yeah.
That's a fact.
So they just whatever flow the one go with, the other one could just match it. Whatever vibe mood they in.
For real.
Yeah.
I wonder how long it took them to make it though.
Well,
and if they were in the studio together.
Well, I mean, we do know Thug publicly came out and said he did all his verses in a day.
He did
Fucking nuts.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Thug is different.
He's different,
Yeah.
man. So apparently they weren't in a studio together then.
I mean, they were. I saw videos of them like playing ball together. So
I mean, but
like,
the vibes sound like.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering.
yeah,
Because if not, whoever like mixed it and mastered it did a great job. Because it sounds like they were literally in the booth together, like just weaving off of each other.
Yeah, and one of the songs, I forget which one it is, but the sample used, I actually had that sample on my laptop too. And I heard it, and the way, I don't know who produced it, but how they flipped it was fire.
that's kind of eerie.
Yeah, it's a few songs that I'll hear a sample and I'll have that file. I just never did.
Never did. Yeah.
But I've also been listening to the Nav. It's my guy. Good Intentions.
Facts.
Really solid. Especially if you like his last album, Bad Habits. I've been playing that. Still been playing the Leaving Cali and then the Alina Baraz. The Alina Baraz is cool. I don't like it as much as her first, but it's definitely a vibe. Other than that, man, I just been playing them too, really. Them Chris Brown and that. It's been all up and on.
Yeah.
What you been on, Dave?
The same ones that Dion mentioned. Nav and whatchamacallit, Alina. And Dirk too. Listen to Dirk. His joint's crazy.
Yo.
Crazy.
You say that on the song.
That was Don. That's Don approved right there.
Nah, that's what did he say? What song did he say that on? Mm-hmm. Oh, on the joint with Dej Loaf.
Wait, what's the song where he was like, what is it? Career day is cool. Never be in police.
Career Day.
Yeah.
on his OTF label album. It's him and Polo G.
Him and Polo G, they got a track together. Well, all three of them. That three-headed goat.
Yeah, him, Polo G, Dirk, and Lil Baby, three-headed goat. That joint go crazy too.
Yeah, OD, bro.
Yo, he meshes well with the Atlanta artists like Gunna, Baby. He worked with a lot of them all the time.
Nav.
Because I think Nav's not from Atlanta.
Well, you talking about Dirk though, right?
Yeah, I was saying he meshes well with the Atlanta artists, but yeah, he meshes well with Nav too.
Yeah, he's been with the Atlanta rappers for like a minute.
Yeah, because he stays in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, ever since. Yeah, for a while he's been staying in Atlanta because him, Chief, they can't go back to Chicago really, which is wild.
It makes sense. A lot of rappers die in their city. Like I don't blame them. Like it happens way too much to not take heed to it.
Yeah. Actually, I think that Dirk can go in Chicago. He just can't perform in Chicago. Chief just can't go at all.
Banned from the entire city. That's
Right.
shit hard.
Speaking of rappers passing though, we had a lot of Pop Smoke. We had some new Pop Smoke come out.
For a fact.
Yeah.
And then he was also on. He's on something else too. Lil TJ's.
Yeah, the track with Fabio.
Yeah, he's got 2 new Pop Smoke.
R.I.P.
They say his album's supposed to be coming out this month. King.
See, that's what we need, man.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
We don't need all this other shit.
Yeah, the one with TJ, Fabio, and Pop Smoke is Zoo York on TJ's project. State of Emergency. Why you laugh?
Because I'm thinking if Pop Smoke was here,
Oh man,
and just with all the situations going on in New York City,
Yo.
I feel like if he was here, it would be
I-
different. Because you know what I mean. Like people would know. Like,
he wouldn't go for that shit.
Yeah, Pop Smoke been hearing that right now.
He'd be airing that nigga out.
Yeah.
For a
but I feel
fact.
like he wouldn't even have to, bro. Because I feel like the way he was moving, like he just had that momentum. So New York was already just.
Yeah.
Yeah, he might have said one thing about it, then just left it alone.
Yep. He would voice his opinion on it.
would've
Do like
supported-
some typical
People would
pop.
have supported him that much more, just because they so anti that.
Yeah. Because that's what's about to happen with Bobby. When Bobby come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, homie gonna have his little run right now. When Bobby and them get home, over.
Yeah.
Bobby and Rowdy. Yeah.
But shit like this will piss me off because I feel like he gonna get a lot of resistance. You know what I'm saying?
Bobby? What do you mean?
From the industry. I feel like he's gonna get some resistance from the industry just with
Why
bullshit.
though?
Like behind closed doors.
Yeah.
But here's the
Red
thing.
tape, whoever he try to sign, if he tries to sign with somebody,
'Cause
Okay,
It's
so
been
he
so
was
long.
originally signed with Epic when he got locked up, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it was Epic. So
gonna
is he
see.
gonna come out independent or is he still gonna be signed to them?
It may still be depending on what he signed. You know, he still may have to commit to.
Well, how many years? How many years has it been? Because he's still serving his. He's serving the rest of his time in the halfway house right now.
Is he?
Yeah, they just released that today.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Breaking news day.
He's gonna go 5 or 6.
Okay.
But here's my take though. When he get out, the streets is gonna be so on him that no matter that industry shit, they can't stop it. You know what I mean? You can't stop when the streets are just on you. Like,
Yeah.
And it's the vibe. Like everybody just is tuned into what you're doing. The industry can't affect that. Cause when he come home, he's gonna be the number one.
Yeah, he's gonna have so much support from even like the bigger artists in the industry. Drake, Meek,
Yeah,
everybody gonna support him.
Yeah, Bobby's definitely gonna come out hot.
And in light of what's going on, like, and how he, you know what I mean, how he handled everything, like,
Yeah.
he was just gonna show so much respect for that.
They gotta let niggas outside for the niggas to be in the street. You know what I mean?
Man, they gonna let us outside.
That's what's like. Everything is so different, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, niggas literally not in the street, in the streets. Like you really in the house through your phone, like, and you gotta compete with motherfuckers who getting backed insanely, like it's.
Then it's like you can't even make the videos with all the 50 niggas. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you can't even really do
Bro,
that.
it's gonna be just met with so much resistance, and it's like, I pray that he gets like everything that he deserves when he come out. But,
Hold on. So if he's in the halfway house now, can he now record music?
I'm sure he's recording.
I don't know.
Wasn't he recording in jail?
Yeah, he was recording in jail.
But he wasn't like putting anything out.
You mean like
he just recorded
releasing
like
wise?
he just recorded like I think he did the one sign with Homeboy, and then
I'm sure they
think that might have been
let him
it.
record though.
I know Rowdy had a couple verses on other people's stuff too, because he was on one of Don Q's tapes. Yeah, one of Don Q's tapes, like on a jail call, rapping and shit.
That's the thing, man. There's so many great artists in New York that to have all the focus on one that doesn't deserve the focus. Like, come on. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many artists from New York, just in general, whether it's Buffalo, the city, just all New York.
All
you know
the
what I mean? There's so
boroughs.
many great people that you can pay attention to.
Yeah, with the Nipsey saying that one interview when he was alive, man, on Big Boy, I like brought up. This is when dude was like still out, just running around telling everybody SMD, claiming blood, all that. Nipsey was pretty much like, I don't get why people are even paying attention to it because him right there, that's gonna self-destruct. Like, just put the goofy people on goofy time, put them in the corner, and they just gonna self-destruct on their own. You shouldn't even pay attention to it.
It's gonna self-destruct without a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I thought, man.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on the self-destruct because that self-destruct ain't looking like it's happening, man.
Man came out and did numbers. I must say, that's the one thing that I'm like odd about. I'm odd about those numbers.
Just as quick as it popped, that's it's gonna fly.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I feel like if bro had came out with a different energy, you know what I mean? It's not gonna take back what he's already done. But bro, like, it's literally no change in like what you're talking about. You're talking about shooting 100 shots.
It's not. I don't even think it's about that because I think that's what people like. They like that energy, that get hype, go to club, have fun.
They want to see a train wreck.
Not think about.
They want to see it. They want to see something wild happen.
But like my issue with everything is like you're rewarding that behavior.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's like no consequence.
In hip hop, it was yo, you a snitch. Nah, you're an outcast. Now it's oh, you snitched. Well, can you rap to me? Like we'll give you a couple million.
Because here's the thing, like people that defend it, their argument is always like, oh, well, you know, look at the people he snitched on, what they were doing. But it's like, bro, you should never, like y'all say, you should never put yourself in that situation in the first place where you're gonna have to snitch. Yeah. You know what I mean?
For a fact, it's like people confuse like the whole glamour of that gang shit. It's like, fam, those people are fucking each other over too. Why do you think they always shooting amongst each other? Like they always got beef because they're doing that same hurtful shit to their people. Like you came into that shit willingly.
Right.
Willingly though. Nobody forced you in there.
There's people who was born into that who had zero choice, and you can come in, do that, and then reap the benefits of being a rat against the entire foundation of that culture, bro. It's like it's just I look at it as a spit in the face, bro.
Bro, and it's just like this is what you signed up for. This is what you wanted to be a part of, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what comes with it. Everybody knows what comes with it, even if you're not in it. And it's like you just gotta be a man and suffer the consequences.
And then I just look
just
at it from
stand 10 toes, bro.
Man.
You just gotta do. Man, I don't even care anymore.
I just look at it from like as a black man. You know what I mean? Like someone from not within the culture just came in, fucked over everybody.
I say like
and just made a bag.
Yeah, I look at it like this. Like I was watching a Gangster Chronicles podcast. Like shout out to them, and they was interviewing this dude OG Spider Loke. And he was talking about how gang culture was created in the West Coast. And he was talking about how the difference between like some of their codes was like black gangs was we don't snitch on each other and we don't snitch on our enemies. Point blank period. We don't talk to anybody. Mm-hmm. Like fuck that. We handle all our shit. All the other gangs was we don't snitch on each other, but we would snitch on our enemies and from the Mexicans, from the mafia, to everything. Like that was our rule, and that's what made us different. And then it's like this dude comes in and just like shits on our whole code,
and potentially changes it. Because like we see how trendy everything is nowadays, bro. This could be the new trend. What we're seeing could be the new.
Snitch and get a bag. Right. Snitch and get a deal.
It's just like he's just proving that there's no limitations to how slimy you can just move. Like you can do something that you know what I mean, wild, and then just have no repercussion and just make a bag.
It's gonna be some repercussions. Somebody gonna handle something.
Well.
Anyway.
So what else y'all been bumping, man? I think it's on me now.
Yeah, if I say it's on you now.
We could go back to that Dirk.
Dirk-yo.
Nelson, I'm sure you didn't listen to it. Nope. I didn't listen. So Dave.
I'm about to listen now.
But so yeah, man, front to back, Dirk did what Dirk does, man.
How many tracks?
15, about 40-some minutes.
40 flat, I think.
Oh yeah, 45. So he got the track, only a couple features too. He got the track with Gunna, Gucci. 3-Headed Goat with Lil Baby and Polo G, like we mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. And then Chirac Demons with her. But that came out like, I think a month ago, like prior to the tape.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So did you know Turn Myself In came out last year too?
Yeah, I heard that.
Because he dropped that track when he had to turn himself in because him and his artist King Von got into whatever that situation was. So he dropped that track right before he went in. that joint just went up.
Yeah.
But he never put it on a body of work. Like, I don't know why he didn't put it on Love Songs for the Streets too.
What I took from it, he probably wanted to stick to kind of that sound that he was going with, and that song blends in with this sound so well for the project, like how it is, like the flow of it, like from start to finish, bro. This is the one Dirk album that I think that I could play like with literally no skips, like
you think so?
Straight through, bro. Like every time I play it, like because there's be times where I can say that about albums, but then, you know, after a while, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go pick through. This is an album I think I'm gonna just be playing it straight through.
Yeah, for a fact, man. And this is like really that pain music that he loved to make. And he said like that's what he was going for too. Yeah. But he said he put a couple tracks on there, like turn up joints, just to like kind of balance it out. Like he said Gucci Gucci with Gunna was one of the turn up joints he put on there. 3-Headed Goat, and I think, basically the ones with the features. Right. And the joint with her.
Because he was saying, like you said, he wanted to speak to the trenches. You know what I mean? Like he literally said it on the album. He was like, said that, and then went on to say like, I can't keep talking about Richard Millie's and shit, like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, not everybody, you know, I gotta kind of, which is dope. Like I always said that about Dirk. That's why I'm kind of hyped right now, because like I always said, like from day one, like when Dirk was just doing mad different features, like we said, when he was working with a lot of Atlanta artists, he was featured on a lot of their tracks, embodied every single feature he was on.
That's when he was really developing like his new sound.
Yeah, bro. And I used to tell people like, yo, watch out for this man. He gonna do his own thing for sure, like, and do it very, very well, like at a high level.
Because he was part of that. He was part of the like the trio of Chirac artists that like blew up: Chief, Dirk, Reese, and then like when he's that box, and then when he signed to Def Jam, they were kind of shelving him, and they weren't letting him be like the artist he wanted to be, because they were like, he had a song with Logic on his album, like that's not at that time. Like maybe now they could do him, but at that time, that's not working.
People be hating on Logic.
And then they tried to like force the relationship with him and Dej Loaf to kind of make him, you know, like a ladies' man type of person. And then once he got out of that situation, that's when he started to go back up.
Yeah. Wait, what you mean they forced to relate? They pushed it?
Yeah, like they were pushing that image for him.
Yeah, you're both from Chicago?
Right.
She's from Detroit. Dej Loaf from Detroit.
Oh, why do I think she's from Chicago?
No, she's from the D. But you already know how to.
I thought she was from Chicago all the time.
Nah, Detroit.
That's crazy.
But so what's your favorite tracks on here?
Definitely the intro. Like I said, I can play this whole thing straight through but the intro is definitely one of my favorites.
Different meaning is the intro.
Yeah. 3-Headed Goat, crazy. But Trifling Hoes probably is my favorite track. That's probably my favorite track.
Yo, I love that on every one of his albums. He got at least one track where he just dogging these females. Bro. Yeah. He like, yo, I gotta tell y'all about yourself.
Yeah, it's right. It's like It's right. It's not in like a just like him being a dog. It's just him just letting out their flaws and like, you know what I mean?
Like we know some shit about y'all. Yeah. No, I mean not all y'all, but the ones that it applies to, that's who it applies to.
Right. The ones that think that, you know, y'all know, like the ones that, you know, think they a bag of chips and all that, you know what I mean? But they really not, you know. It's like, you know,
a bag of chips.
You know, y'all know that saying.
Yeah.
Old time saying.
So you got the intro, dozen, baby. You got the intro, Trifling Hoes, 3-Headed Goat.
Yeah, easily.
I go 248, Trifling Hoes, and probably Fabricated. Because Fabricated is the outro, and then he was basically just like addressing all the rumors that like people would say about him, or like him and his relationship with his girl and stuff. So I like that one.
That's a tough track too. 248 is tough, boy.
And he said no auto with Metro is still coming. Because he said originally he wanted to release that. I talked about it before. An entire tape with Metro, no auto Dirk.
Bro, and then, wait, and I got to touch on 248. They tried to say on one of the lines where he was saying like, he was talking about his kid. He was like, yeah, now my baby is, she not as, my baby back. Like saying like she was like not she was bad, but she's only 5. Even though she's only like 5, she's a bad girl. Yeah. But they try to twist it and try to say like, oh, I'm not going to listen to Dirt because I saw this line. And kind of like making it say like he was trying to say his daughter was bad. Like, what?
Would you see that on Twitter?
It had to be
Twitter.
Yeah.
But it went, you know what I mean? It had like 100K. So if you got 100,000 people looking at that, 50,000 out of them, you know what I mean?
They be reaching, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like, yo, y'all, why are y'all throwing these narratives out for people? Weak-minded people are going to take that and just run with it. So then that's going to be a less, you know, I don't know.
Bro, Twitter is just slimy, bro.
Yeah,
Twitter
bro.
is a cesspool of thoughts.
That's super slimy. Like, come on, man. Y'all know damn well he didn't mean that about his daughter. Stop it.
Yeah, man. He said no auto Dirk is coming. Entire tape with Metro. But he said it got put on hold because Metro, obviously the quarantine thing, he said Metro taking that real serious, so he not leaving the crib.
I respect that.
Bro, yeah, and he said that him and Metro and 21 Savage want to drop Savage Mode 2 first too. So it would go Savage Mode 2 and then no auto Dirt. Yo, and then he said, last thing, and then he said, you know the track he has with Uzi, No Auto? He said that joint came together last minute, like Uzi hit him up like the day he was about to drop the joint and was like, yo, bro, I need the No Auto Dirt. And he just laid a verse on it. That's fire.
Shout out Uz.
Yeah, I'm ready for some new 21.
Facts.
Yeah, I want to hear what the fuck he talk about. But since he got locked up and all that crazy shit, bro, I'm ready for some new 21. That shit.
He's been buying features.
Bro, his last album was dope. Like, his whole album was fire. It's like, you could tell he's maturing through everything, too. It's like, bro, I appreciate seeing that.
Bro, to hear stories about... I be watching, like, old Atlanta, like, DJs talk about, like, how 21 Savage was, like... He used to be, like, the nigga that, like, if you saw him, like, at a party, the party's getting shut down. Like, but to see, like, how far he's... Like, you know what I mean? Like, how he's come from that is really good to see.
Yeah, 4 or 5. Omar. Except he wasn't on that side of the fence. If you get what I'm saying.
OD.
That's a Wire reference if y'all don't know that.
Sir.
Man, if y'all don't know that's a Wire reference, stop the pod right now. Finish the pod and then go watch The Wire on Hulu.
Right,
finish the pod.
What a free. Yeah, fucking yeah. The Wire shit. That shit was. I've been watching that shit, bro. That shit been helping me reflect on just like it's crazy how current that shit is to this day. Like it was like right before the introduction of cell phones and all that shit, bro. Like they's talking about how the newer generation, the cell phone generation, and just information and how everything was changing the streets. Motherfuckers was getting ratted on. Like it was so real. Yeah. And bro, like yeah, it's definitely a show y'all you need to check out if you haven't.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite. That's arguably my favorite series of all time, The Wire.
Bro,
it's up there.
Yeah,
and it would undoubtedly be number 1 if it wasn't for season 2. Season 2 just starts so slow, bro.
But it plays.
It ties into the whole show eventually. But like that shit is a drag.
Yeah, I was saying the same. Yeah, bro. Yeah, did y'all see Joey Badass was in there? They was begging him to drop his music, and they asked him a question about artists with 20 tracks on their albums and shit. He was like, I don't want to hear. Nobody want to hear that fucking. Like, don't listen to 20 fucking tracks.
Yeah, he said like 14 should be the max or something like that.
Yeah.
Depends on the artist.
Yeah, that's what like I said that in like way before. Like people's attention span is just not really built, to listen to an hour, even 55 minutes plus. It's hard for a regular listener to listen to an album that long. It's very tough. If you're not a music head that listens to music hour after hour after hour after hour and can listen to music and not get sick of it, then yeah.
Especially if it's a new artist too.
Right.
Like it's your first time listening to the artist. If I see that joint over 40 minutes, bro, I might not listen.
Really? I've never been like
that, but I can see why certain people
like I never even look at the time.
Man, whenever I see 15 tracks, I'm already like
Really? Why?
For me, it's about the time. Like, I don't really care. Like, it could be 30 tracks, but if it's only 30 minutes, like Tierra Whack joint, 15 tracks, 15 minutes. I play that joint all the time.
Wait, so every track is 1 minute? Oh.
Yeah, and she has a video for each one too. Y'all should check that out. Like, she's creative as fuck, bro.
Yeah,
that's super tough.
Like, and I think WAC stands for Weird Hyperactive Creative Kids, something like that, I believe. But that is actually her last name, I think.
That's dope.
Yeah, she from Philly. She dope.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, I said Money Man, he be doing that shit too with the, he'll have like 20, 22 tracks, but it'll be 50 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, so it divides, like, yes, they short, but that's just long as hell.
Like, I'll say for the point I just made about I won't listen to the new artist, I'll probably still listen to it. It'll just take me a little bit longer. Like, if I was about to, like, say I'm about to make something to eat, I was going to listen to your album. If it was like 40 minutes, I'll listen. If it's over that, then now I might have to push it back a couple of days.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Yeah.
That's understandable. I know, because it's you're delving into their world. You know what I mean? So you want to give them that due diligence. Like,
yeah, like it has to fit the time frame where I can take the time out to really listen.
Facts, and I think every artist would appreciate that
for a fact. So I think Joey made another point around that time. If I'm not, I think it might have been him. Yeah. So I think the question was, would you rather be underrated or overrated?
Underrated.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
As
underrated.
Who would want to be overrated?
Still, bro.
Right. Overrated just means, like.
No, I'm saying like that you're stamped that for the rest of your career, underrated or overrated.
Underrated.
But I'm pretty sure you would have made more money as overrated though.
True.
Because you were so high that people were saying, "Oh, nah, he shouldn't be up there. He's overrated."
But I feel like, because either way, you're gonna have to deal with something mentally. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to go through something. So I feel like it would be harder to kind of be like, "Damn, like I am who I am," but people still say like I'm overrated. Like, you have to try. You have to double your. You have to like outdo yourself every single time. When you're underrated, it's like, damn, like I'm being me. I'm putting in all my work. But I'm not getting
the recognition.
Okay, fuck it. Like, I'm getting a little bit at times, but I'm still not getting the love that I deserve.
People can fall into depression like that, though. You put in your all in something,
even
like, this is what you love. This is your passion, and people are still overlooking you.
But, man, even overrated, though, too.
Yeah, that come with it, bro.
Yeah, I feel like that come with it. Yeah.
Overrated, you constantly trying to validate your place. Like,
you know how many of these artists and just celebrities in general are depressed, bro? Like, lucrative. Something that we probably don't even like, bro. They can't have a normal life on a day to day. Like, it's probably so many artists that are like, just like, damn.
That's why I understand why like people like Kendrick stay so low key and under the radar, and people like Beyonce.
I was just talking about that.
I definitely understand that.
Hell yeah.
When I think who the first artist you think of when you think of underrated?
Underrated. First person that came to my mind was Joey Badass, because we was just talking about him.
I'd say Pierre Bourne.
Pierre?
As a producer or as an artist?
It's an
artist.
Because he's looked at as a producer, but I think he's underrated as an artist.
Yeah, his last project was good. Didn't you have a number one on your list last year?
Don, you read my mind. I literally was going to say, that's why I had it number one. I agree. I personally agree with that, for sure.
I think mine have to go to Lupe.
Oh, you went with
like.
Yeah,
but I think people give. I think he's in a lot of.
He's respected. Top. He's respected among his peers. Like, but like when I say like he could eat, like if he really went like how he was projected to go, bro, could have been top 5 all time.
For a fact, he had the talent to definitely.
Period. Like Jay-Z was like, yo, he can be better than me if he wants to. Like Jay-Z said at the beginning of his career, and like he know how to make a hit.
But Jay-Z also said that Memphis Bleek was going to be better than him, too.
Bleek, man.
But the lyrical ability of Memphis Bleek.
I'm just putting that out there. I agree. Lupe definitely underrated.
Bro, like, Lupe.
And Memphis Bleek could spit.
I'm about to say, Memphis Bleek definitely.
I'm saying that he would be better than him, though. And he's not.
Yeah, nah. Lupe is that GOAT level lyricist that jumped off the spaceship real quick, decided to drop some bars.
I think what happened with Lupe, that people kind of stopped like giving him as much attention that he deserved. It's like when he started speaking his mind about politics and shit. You know, if people don't agree with you, they're just like, oh, you know, he's preaching. You know, or so that's what happened with Lupe, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because his music has always been, in my opinion, besides Lasers, like his music has always been top level. But it's just some people will consider what the subject matter he's rapping about on some of his projects is just like too preachy after the Cool. But
and like I say, I can agree with you if you say that about Lasers, but I'm thinking of about
yo, Tetsuo and Youth is fire, bro.
Youth.
Yeah,
that's one of that's
crazy,
that
bro.
One of his
The
best
intro
projects,
mural, bro.
That's
isn't that like 9 minutes?
Projects and people
yes,
look over that shit like
bro,
it's nothing.
I was stuck on that song for at least like a good like half hour, bro. Just kept playing that shit. Probably more than a half hour because it's like 8 minutes, 8-9 minutes.
Yeah.
Insane, bro. Like his storytelling really worked.
I think after he dropped the Cool, I was like, he's already one of the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of all time, he will be in someone's list. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because back to back, Food and Liquor and then the Cool.
Yeah.
That's tough.
He's in a lot of
top
people's
Food and Liquor.
personals.
Bruh. Gold level MC.
So y'all all go underrated.
I mean, another name that comes to mind too, Cudi.
Cudi.
I think Cudi's underrated?
Yeah.
I think he get
because when Cudi first came out,
Maybe mainstream he's underrated.
But this is people don't really understand. Like when Cudi first came out with his mixtape, like not even Man on the Moon, like a kid named Cudi. Bro, he was like really like the vibe was like it was different than the Cudi here like used to. Like he was like more like what's the word? Like he was spitting on some songs, and yet you would get like the Cudi you know. But he even said like, I mean, I don't know how true this is, but he was like, yo, if I wanted to like go to Drake route, I didn't choose to do that. You know what I mean? Like if I wanted to make just hit after hit like how Drake do, like I could have done that. You know what I mean? When Cudi first came out, he was always on the radio.
Yeah. OD. I couldn't agree more. Too. I couldn't agree more, bro.
Yeah, I would definitely give like my sophomore year of high school was me discovering Kid Cudi.
Bro, remember we went to that concert for free?
I was just
at UB.
Oh, yo, that concert was crazy.
Yeah,
stupid.
It was free.
That was one of my first concerts. I want to say that might be my first concert ever, bro.
Yeah, and that was our first free concert. Yeah, we were tripped out. We were tripped out about that. Like,
You said y'all were tripping?
No. We were too young at that time. We actually were sober as hell.
Yeah,
we were young boys.
Yeah.
At this time,
I think it was like 8th grade.
Yeah, I'm about to say seventh or 8th. But our moms was cool. They were like, yeah, y'all could go. Like,
and I remember all we was smelling the whole concert was Kush. Kush the whole time.
It was a whole cloud over them.
Yeah,
bro. That concert was fucking amazing.
Yeah, and we were right in front. It was a stage right in front. We had the bottom right. I won't forget that. That was tough.
Yeah, I remember walking around to the side. Like I was like, it was so packed. Like it was just like a mob of people. So like I remember I snuck around to the side of the stage and just looked out and just saw how everybody was moving. Bro, that shit was crazy. That shit made me like. I'm like, yeah, I love this shit.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because, bro, people shit on a lot of Cudi albums. Like, people who shit on Indica, like, bro, that album to me is fire.
Bruh.
I think what happened with Cudi is just, like, people got used to Man on the Moon and they wanted just every album to be Man on the Moon. But, you know what I mean? You can't make an art. I remember on Twitter, he even tweeted someone because someone wanted Man on the Moon 3, so they made, like, what we want the track list to be, and it had like Kanye West featured on it, and he responded like, yo, as an artist, like this is so like not, you know what I mean, like you can't make an artist like what type of shit is that? Like what you want to hear, you're just gonna make.
How do you expect somebody to just create what you want?
Like
that don't make no sense.
You became a fan of them originally because they were making what they want. They were putting their emotions and their feelings on the track.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, like the track looks sweet, like all the features and shit, but it's like, bro,
it's very aesthetic pleasing.
Yeah, it's like that's what.
Because to be honest, it would be no pleasing them anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Even if he did do that, they would still have something negative to say about
it. So and so.
But yo, I have a good feeling about his new shit he's working on. His new album that's about to come on. I have a good
feeling. With him and
Travis. Nah, he got his own shit coming out, and he's coming out with a show, I think, or something.
If him and Travis make some shit. I'm be the first nigga in line.
Well, yeah, I think that's what happened.
They are doing an album.
Yeah, but he's also
It's
he
been
got a
confirmed.
solo album coming too.
Yeah. Travis brings the best out of him.
And shouts out to them because the Scots reached #1.
Facts.
That was
first
number
That was
one.
Cuddy's first. Yeah,
We admit, come on, man.
Yep.
No label to pop, man.
we be calling it, man.
Some foreshadow. A
We
lot
be
of
calling
foreshadow.
it. Yo, and Dion just foreshadowed something. A kid named Cuddy, and something I'm about to put on Instagram today. I used that album for something, so I'll show y'all.
Where?
So another album I want to touch on though, Kehlani's. Did y'all listen to that?
I didn't listen to it yet. I'm going to really sit down and listen to it, but yeah, we recorded this a little early. I was going to do it sometime today.
Did you do that?
Nah, I didn't.
Oh, you did.
I want to like just roll one. And
My God.
Me and Dave will hold it down there, man.
Yo, I want to talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. What you want to wait?
So you want to say that? Should we? Yeah, we'll say.
No, we can. All right, we can touch on it a
one.
little bit.
Yeah.
And then we can do a deep dive, I guess, next week.
We'll just get.
If we remember.
Let's give our favorites.
All right,
Let's
so
do that.
I say my
Because it is a
favorites.
moment. It is a moment. We both can agree on that. It's a
Okay.
moment for sure.
So not counting Toxic because that was a single that came out. Not counting Everybody's Business because that was a single that came
See, I didn't
out.
hear any singles.
You heard them.
Toxic is the one that's about YG.
And she
Oh, with the
and she did
video,
that video. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I would say Can I with Tory Lanez, Water, Hate the Club with Masego. Even though I wanted a Masego verse, he was just on there playing instruments and shit.
Wait, so does this mean Kehlani's single?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy, got checked.
Who, Dave?
Yeah, man.
Yo, she been looking right now, bro. I don't know what it is.
She was always.
Yeah,
She,
like,
I'm about to say she.
Like at
always
first,
looked
I
good.
didn't really care. Like when she first came out, I didn't really care for her.
No, I used to always tell you he was wild. He's
No, like I thought she was attractive. I thought she was pretty, but I didn't really look at her like I want her.
But you know how Dion's saying that. He's saying that in the Dion way. You know what I mean?
What does that mean?
You know what I mean, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, what does that mean?
Because like, you know how some of these girls, they be a little, hoish, I guess, but like in the way how they, move and dress and whatnot, and you know how
But
Dion, he'll mention that shit.
Nah, not
Like,
Kehlani. For me, it was
You
just
already
like
know.
with the
We'll be
music.
thinking it, but he'll be like,
If she don't dress like a thot, you don't want her.
No, that's not what I mean with Kehlani. When she first came out, I wasn't really paying attention to her music. Like, I would, like, when I really started listening to her was, like, with the whole party shit happened. That's when I started really getting wind of her, but I just I never really tuned into
Me
it.
too, but I went back and listened because her first project, her mixtape, was the first mixtape by a female like nominated for a Grammy.
yeah,
Yeah.
you should be here.
So right off rip, stamped. But so yeah, I said Open Passionate, which is the double track.
Mm-hmm.
Hate the Club with Masego, Water, and Can I. So I'll go those four.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely gotta say, Open Passionate's my favorite. For now, because every song slaps. Can I? Tory went off, bro,
For a fact.
and it was talking greasy on
Crazy. Talking crazy.
Greasy.
Yo, we talked about it earlier on the joint with him and JoJo on JoJo's album.
Yeah.
They was talking crazy on there too.
Yeah, and that album we didn't never even mention that album. JoJo, shout out JoJo. But so yeah, those two tracks, and then what was my bad? I'm just looking. Oh yeah, FNMU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dope track.
Yeah, but I just think her whole rollout for this, like her and Tori have been the two that have adjusted the best to this cold quarantine situation. Like she was shooting her own videos. She did the album artwork like right outside her house.
Yeah.
So like this whole I think she said it pushed it back a couple weeks, but it didn't like stop everything.
And I like that she's labeling at the end of each video quarantine style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just to kind of like let them know like this isn't the official. Yeah, this ain't the official joint, but this is a moment for y'all.
For a fact. Yeah, and it's 15 tracks, 40 minutes flat thing.
I like that.
Bro, yeah. We can talk about it next week, but top to bottom, bro, this shit damn near flawless. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, I got it.
Like as far as the female R&B this year, she might have that. I don't know, Janae. I don't know.
I'm about to say.
We'll see.
Your girl about to drop that deluxe.
Yeah, Janae's about to drop the deluxe.
That shit.
That cover art is
Yeah,
crazy.
the big question is SZA coming out this year?
I know.
I see she just was on the cover of, like, I think it was Wonderland magazine.
Yeah.
Some big magazine. And it was just like, yo, I got a feeling she gonna creep out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I think
she's
if
posting a lot too.
Yeah, I think if she does, it's gonna be in the fourth quarter though. Like
fall.
November, no
I say
December.
Wait, third quarter. What's that? That's summer.
Third quarter is like August, September, I think.
I give her October. I think she gonna come on Scorpio season.
I think November.
I give her Scorpio season.
When did Control come out? Control came out during the summer.
It was summertime.
Yeah, definitely summer.
Came out August.
Yeah, I was in Virginia Beach, bro. Bumping that.
Yeah.
Great views, man. Great views.
Did y'all see the DMX want to battle Jay-Z?
Yeah, hit for hit.
It's not gonna work out well for DMX.
I don't know.
DMX got hits though, bro.
Oh, this
But
DMX
look
got
at see,
hit.
y'all didn't let me finish.
Go ahead.
But I think it will be a great battle. But I just, it depends on how long they go for. That's what I think.
Well,
Because DMX got his, but Jay-Z has a longer catalog.
true.
DMX is dropping.
And Jay-Z can use a lot of features he's been on too.
I'm thinking from a sense of like, you seen the battles when people get hyped, like DMX music go.
Yo, did y'all ever see the video when they was battling, freestyling?
Oh, back when they were on tour?
Going
Yes.
DMX,
Bro,
That tour lineup was stupid.
yeah. Yo, the
Oh
nigga
yeah, that's one of the best tours of all time, bro.
Bro, the nigga DMX after Pop was one of the first niggas dropping 2 albums a year, bro. Like,
Went platinum with both of them too.
different.
His first 2 albums went
nuts.
platinum. What was it? Hell on Earth and
it's dark. It's dark and hell is hot or some shit like that.
Yeah,
And
it's
then,
dark and
Hell is Hot.
Flesh of my.
Butt of my
Yeah.
butt. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, man. DMX got some shit.
He's got,
man.
yeah.
And DMX just got turn up shit too.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what
Yeah,
like them
that
turn
aggressive
songs
shit.
kill in fucking battle.
yeah, bro. It'll be a great battle.
I would love to see
Yeah, it'll
that.
be a good battle.
I
would love to see
I
that.
can't imagine Jay-Z like sitting in front of a phone. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like,
I don't think Jay would do it.
I'm picking this song next. like,
Right.
Yeah. I feel like
Yeah,
someone
he
would
too
have to
cool for
represent Jay.
that. He too cool for
I
that.
feel like someone would have to like represent him and just.
Yeah,
do
that's
it
what I
for
was
him.
thinking. Because I was trying to think of somebody in my head who would represent him, but I can't.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, have Tata do it.
Man, I'm telling you, man. Need Kanye Pharrell, man. That shit would have been hard.
Oh, man, that would have been
Yo,
tough.
so did anybody see the Jill Scott Erykah Badu battle? First female joint.
that come off. That's all it is.
It's-
Right?
Oh, tonight? Bad. Who y'all got in that, man?
Erica.
I was about to say personally, Erica.
I think Erica might take the cake.
Yeah, Erica.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Jill Scott, but Erica for me,
Yeah.
my mom was heavy on Erica, so
Same.
I know a lot of her material.
Same.
Yeah, Jill got joints, but it's like it's gonna be a lot of like
Like, as an artist.
B-sides, like
Yeah, I feel like Jill-
B-sides.
Yeah, because isn't Jill's music, it's similar to Erica's as like chill and just, you know, but I feel like
So,
Erica just
yeah.
has more radio hits.
Yeah,
Because I feel like she's
Yeah.
on radio more, right?
yeah, she owns that. It's because like I don't know, because her fan base is so crazy.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Erica. Oh my God, Erica's fan base is insane. Like she got a cold pop.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Jill got her.
I'm
got
part
her
of it.
solid. Got her solid following too, but it's just like it's different.
And Erica, I feel like as an artist, like they're both beautiful vocalists. You know what I mean? But Jill, she's more of a vocalist than an artist. Like Erica, her music, she just knew how to like make her music just even matching her talent as a vocalist too. Like that's the fact that she was able to blend it beautifully like that together and make the music that she's made is amazing. So that's the reason why I give her the edge in that type of battle, just for that. But Jill is amazing, man. Jill is a hell of a talent.
Yeah, it's going to be a good
Legend.
battle to watch.
Yeah,
Congrats to both of them. Congrats in advance.
facts. 2 legends.
For a fact. So, which I think it is. So I'm going somewhere productive with this question, but we can get to the fuck shit first. Which I think of OnlyFans. How y'all feeling about it?
I want to be your OnlyFans.
Man, well, I mean, it's inevitable. I feel like it's one of those things that's just taking us further from human interaction.
Why is that?
Bro,
From human interaction.
Think about it. Right when this quarantine shit happened, mad girls started making the bag off that. And mad niggas started buying it. So it's like, shit, I don't even need to have sex anymore. I'm just paying for all these OnlyFans accounts and watching you play with yourself. Like, so it's gonna be a thing that's gonna be here for a while.
It's here. The fucking robots is coming.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be.
So basically, what you're saying is strip clubs are dead.
Bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna start messing up a lot of relations. It's just gonna be a factor, bro. It's just gonna be.
Okay, would you be with the girl who had OnlyFans?
Nah.
Oh, I didn't even tell you what she was doing on there.
Okay, what you doing on there?
She could be like doing a cooking show or something.
Bro, see, you keep telling me that, but all the girls I see on OnlyFans, they only do the shit that they're not doing cooking lessons.
That's the funny thing about OnlyFans. It's really like you can really do anything.
Yeah, you can do anything.
You can really be creative, but it's like,
yeah, but
I thought it was just some porn.
Nah. You can sell anything on there. You can sell a book.
Like, you can be reading on that mode.
Yeah,
I didn't know, but yeah,
videos of you just eating cereal, whatever.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be here for a while.
All right, so now we can get to the. Hold on, what do you think, Nelson? Yeah, I want to hear you.
Only way I'm dating a chick with an OnlyFans is if I know she has an OnlyFans, like going into it. Like I have to know she has an OnlyFans. Yeah, I have seen it. Like it can't be too crazy. Like I don't know.
It's pretty much like you're dating a stripper, unless you know what I mean. She's on her OnlyFans with other niggas getting, you know what I mean? Then it's like, okay, is that really your girl? Like,
yeah, you're officially a porn star then.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know.
I respect
it is what it is.
Me personally, I respect the hustle. If you're, if that's literally your only option, like you know what I mean, like you gotta make money. I
tell you this though, I ain't paying $15 to watch you play with yourself.
I respect the grind. I respect the grind, man. Get your bag how you can. I respect the grind. Yeah. Make your living. I ain't mad at you.
I feel it, but like, yo, if we talking and they like, no, I really think I'm gonna make OnlyFans. I'm like,
I'm be like, for what?
Yeah, I mean, like, shit. If you wasn't in the sex working field before we got together, like, nah, that's not what we going in. That's not the direction I'm trying to go.
You're gonna be cooking. Because first I'm gonna be like, for what? Because you know what I mean. She could be on there cooking.
Yo, but hold on, like this is a question I got, right? Like, just think if like all of our moms were sitting here, right, and we were to explain to them this new phenomenon, like the girls of today, this is a valid way they get the bag, you know what I mean? Think about how traumatized. Well, I know my mom would be traumatized if I showed her this shit.
Both of ours.
Yeah. So it's like.
I don't think my mom would be too surprised.
Times are changing, man. Times are changing. That's all I'm saying.
My mom would be too surprised.
That'd be so scary if your mom was mad cool with it. like.
Alright, so what do y'all... Nah, I'm not even going to ask that. So let's get to the productive part. No, there are men that have it too. Casanova has one and Safari.
So what do they do on?
I don't know. I didn't subscribe.
Wait. So
this shit was like 40. Casanova shit was like $40 or $50. I respect the hustle. $40.
Yes. What is the nigga doing on there?
Y'all hoes want to see me work out? $50.
I ain't mad, bro.
Yo.
You want push-ups and gray sweatpants? Okay.
Yo, niggas like Michael B. Jordan, niggas like that could do that, bro. They could OnlyFans and just lift weights.
Why you say Michael B. Jordan?
I'm just saying, niggas in the industry that women gravitate towards. You feel me? Like, it don't have to just be him. It could be any of them.
You slid your way out of that one, man. I'm proud of you.
Oh, you're a funny guy, dog.
But so yeah, Casanova's an artist. Safari is an artist too, apparently. Yeah, because on like Love and Hip Hop, he dropped the tape.
He's an artist, bro.
He's an artist. Yo, you remember he had that one freestyle on that Big Sean beat?
I just remember it was
I cannot remember any Safari
on the Dark Sky Paradise beat. But yeah, anyway, that's besides the point. How do y'all think artists can actually start to capitalize off of OnlyFans though? Like say they can release some exclusive music on there, and make it to where, I don't know, somehow make it to where people can't like leak it. They can only listen to it on the OnlyFans app.
Like I said, it depends on the artist.
Yeah, different interviews, stuff like that.
They don't want to listen to shit for free. So for you to get them to listen to something and pay, you have to be Travis. You know what I mean? Someone that has a cult following that people, go out their way for. But if you're just an up and coming, I'm about to make OnlyFans and charge you $15 to listen to my album, I don't.
Nah, you can start off for like $4.99.
I'm with artists making OnlyFans. Like, they got stuff like OnlyFans. The only thing that's bad about OnlyFans is the stigma.
I was about to say, when you make one, they're gonna assume that you're doing some sex shit.
Right. Right. But they got joints like Patreon. Like, Patreon is the same.
I don't make a Patreon.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Except
but OnlyFans is more popular right now.
Yeah.
So it's just like, it's got that name. It got the name to it. So it's like, it's a dude. An artist could do, you purchase my album, you get a free week. You get a code, free week of whatever, my Patreon, my OnlyFans. It'd be behind the scenes of how I made certain shit. Like, that's how you really monetize off of, what you're doing. Like, why not? Why keep giving them free Snapchat? Like, Snapchat Premium. Like,
and especially during these times too, because they need another source of income because they can't do shows, and that's a lot of artists. That's their bag, them shows.
So y'all answer this for me, because this is just a question. Ever since I saw this OnlyFans stuff, I just can't process. If I can watch thousands and thousands of porn videos for free, what am I gaining from watching you specifically?
Okay, maybe you have a certain fetish for that. Mind you, I have not subscribed to anybody.
None of us have.
I have not subscribed to anybody.
I thought you was about to lie and say you don't got no fetishes.
Oh, no. I have not subscribed to anybody. But maybe you have like certain fetishes, or you like a certain girl that might be on Instagram that you've been following. You like, oh, she got OnlyFans now? Let me see. You know what I mean? Even if it's just like you subscribe for a month just to see, and then you unsubscribe.
I'll say this. You know what? I don't have any problem with it.
I definitely did that shit.
How many times?
Once.
I did it once because it was someone that... Never mind.
Oh, buddy, you're a supporter then.
No.
Support the working people, dog. What's up?
I might try it out and join the pod. And then Dave's going to have to do it.
Yo, you see, guys.
I'm going to do it just to put the pressure on Dave.
I went like this. I saw it. I knew it was coming.
But this is what, like... But this was before I really knew what OnlyFans was. So I clicked on it, and then I'm like, okay, this is videos you playing with yourself. Unsubscribe. I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like,
the worst is if it's trash. You pay the $20 and shit.
You paid 20?
Huh?
You paid 20?
I paid 20, but it was.
How much did you pay, Dion?
Mine was only like $14.99 or some shit.
I ain't paying over $7.
She was a 20. She was wild.
Was it like, did she have other people like with her?
Everything.
Damn.
He said like everything.
You knew her? Like,
he said everything.
No, I see. It's the one shirt I know. She got I have a couple shirts on.
See, for me, it was someone that I knew, and I was like, let's see. But after I saw, I was like, okay, I like what I see, but I'm not gonna pay this every month for sure.
I can't support you every month. Nah, that's a one-time thing.
Nah, yeah, that's that.
I don't know. And when I downloaded, like, and I'm not knocking anyone who's buying it, but I just felt like a little simp, man. I just like, I'm paying this girl, you know what I mean, like $15.
But the excuse you can use is, hey, it's quarantine. I can't really go out and find girls anyway.
Yeah, man. But I be seeing niggas on Twitter be beasting, bro.
Yeah, bro.
I be seeing these dudes. When you go on their OnlyFans, there's like, you scroll for how many people they're subscribed to.
Shit.
Like. Bro. Like just different models on Twitter, and it's like, bruh.
Yo, a couple months ago, they like hacked OnlyFans and released bad stuff.
And can't you screenshot everything on OnlyFans?
I don't know.
Or does it
like I don't know. I never did it.
Man, I don't know nothing about that.
Listen, man, I ain't knocking it. I mean, I wouldn't want my daughter doing it, but I ain't knocking it.
Man, if we go there, that's a whole different.
Yeah, man. I'm not knocking it if Shorty's doing it, but I would tell my daughter not to do it.
Hell nah.
I would tell her to try all other avenues of making money first. Like if you can't, if you know what I mean, if what you really want to do is not working out for you, and this is the only thing that you consider where you can get money, then I guess. As a father, I still wouldn't want that, but bro, like, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna knock it, because I mean, some girls are struggling, they need money.
Right, it's trying times right now.
Baby, create a Patreon. Create a Patreon. If you don't,
She's not gonna get as much money off
You
Patreon.
ain't getting it. You know
Would you rather date a stripper or someone with OnlyFans? I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
I was about to say, Dion, that's kind of the same
That
thing.
ain't the same thing.
Kind of.
Like, well, okay.
Yeah,
she's not
because in the strip club you can't have phones, you can't record.
Some you can't, and landing and stuff you can't.
Oh, word.
It's like I look at it like anybody could just walk up into the strip club, and like see a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's a whole different atmosphere.
Yeah.
Versus like strip club is way more dangerous too. So it's like if you doing your OnlyFans, one, not everybody gonna know your link. Two is like you kind of like you safer. I'd rather date shorty with an OnlyFans before I date shorty.
For sure.
Now, who do you think is making more money?
OnlyFans.
Depends on where you're stripping.
Right.
Yeah, it depends where you're
And if
stripping.
you
Yo.
got a headliner or
You fucking.
or you know, for real.
Listen,
Got a
man.
headline.
Yo,
I see shorties make like
Bro, I was about to
$4,000
say.
in 30 minutes.
I follow a couple girls on Twitter, and they'll
get
show
checks.
how much bread they made off of this shit, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me like just feel like, wow, like,
Bread.
bro.
Bread. Especially as an individual, no kids, you know.
I guess for me, what I would think about then, like, if I was a lady and I was doing it, like, this shit is gonna be on the net forever. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you want to just do this for 3 months, and then you just want to get your bag and get out. Like,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be like one of them things. Once shit is on the internet, it's out there. You know what I mean? Like, you can't become. Well, I mean, you probably can,
YOLO,
but
dog. They saying YOLO.
I guess so, man.
They
Getting
definitely
that bag, man.
That shit don't matter.
You getting that bag.
So pretty much, it would be a good idea, just to wrap it all up, it would be a good idea for artists to use OnlyFans, but because of the stigma, they might not be able to reap the benefits that they may have been able to prior to.
Just think about it like this. When people go on your Instagram and they'll see the OnlyFans link, they're going to think you're doing some porn shit. And as opposed to, let's say, you had an album out and you're like, yo, pay this $4.99 to listen to me. They're going to see, this nigga has OnlyFans? You know what I mean?
Right.
You don't know that. You don't know how much Casanova be getting from his OnlyFans.
I mean, but if you like a nigga just with a mixtape and you like, yo, I want people to hear my mixtape. Let me put it on OnlyFans.
If you're entertaining, I think people will fuck with it. It's like you can't do some inauthentic shit. Like you just gonna do it because I want to make money.
I feel like that
If you really on there telling jokes and shit or something.
I was
like
say you gotta be
funny,
really,
you have to be really funny. Like
yeah,
like you really have to be entertaining.
like Drewski times 10 type thing. Like you would have to be like the next Tyler the Creator or something if that was the case. Personally, like on that type of funny.
I'd rather my shorty have a TikTok and be TikTok famous.
Yeah,
Cause that, you know that requires comedy. You know what I mean? Like that requires a whole
I was
bunch
gonna
of
go somewhere else with it.
that shit is the new form of like,
That's crazy.
huh?
You want your girl to be broke? That's crazy.
Wait, you don't make money on TikTok?
It's I think if you go live on TikTok, you can do donations.
Cause I work with some girl who's like, I have 100,000 views on TikTok. I'm like, damn,
Yeah, keep it a buck, bro. On TikTok, that's not even a lot.
really? What?
Yeah, like it's a lot, but
TikTok people.
you can
What is it
like,
compared to? 100K, bro?
bro?
That's a lot of views.
Yeah, that's probably
And this
accumulated
is-
throughout her page though.
Bro, and all she was doing was just like, she didn't do nothing like spectacular. She was just talking.
Yeah, that's on like each post, all put together the views. That's the number. Because like when you go on there, I think it's the followers and then your view count.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I know some girls who got like a couple million off of like a couple million views on like one post on TikTok and shit. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was just some simple ass shit. People thought it was funny.
I don't know, man. I just look at all this stuff and just look at the bigger picture, like all these new advances with tech and all that, and then think about the quarantine, and then just how we're not gonna be interacting the same way. You feel me? Like we're all. It looks like we're going digital, bro. Like
We're
it's just
going
all-
digital without a doubt. We're
It's
going
just
fucking
doubt.
digital, bro.
Yeah,
Without a
so it's
doubt.
like OnlyFans. I feel like these things are just gonna be a part of it, a part of just us not being around each other in real life. You know what I mean? Like you're just gonna, instead of going to a strip club and spending $50, you can just spend $50 and do a private OnlyFans with. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy when you think about it.
2020 is weird.
Yeah.
Like you said, life was already going digital for sure. I mean, because we know technology was growing, but it's for sure like by default now it's just literally going that way. It has to. That's crazy.
Man, yo, how wild would it be if, like, in 5 years, every girl had OnlyFans? Or, like, 98% of women just have one, so you have to accept, you know what I mean? Like, this is how women make money now.
It would be the norm.
You just gotta find the one that's doing the
least model.
the most respectable thing. The girl.
For you, it's cooking, Don.
Yeah, man.
Right? Yo, he was like, bro, this girl's cooking. I'm like, yo,
she's cooking.
Never seen a girl post on OnlyFans like, okay, I'm gonna show you how to make like.
She's probably wearing an apron, and playing. Oh yeah, I'm cooking.
Bro, you can do more. I'm just saying, you can do more on there.
It's kind of hot in here. You know, they be acting.
It's a very broad platform. All forms of content can be posted on there.
What if she's just telling you she's cooking and it was just like her just doing foreplay? Like,
I'm a subscriber.
She's just she's in some kitchen shit. She's like, oh, I'm cooking. And like I said, she's wearing like an apron. She's cooking, but she's showing her ass.
Fuck
like
that. I'm her production.
She's
okay.
I'm helping her create content.
I mean, bro, that's right. That's the thing. It's
One way or another. One way or another, I'm helping her create content.
He's helping her create content.
We get into the bag. Oh, okay.
We get to the bag. Facts. Bro, but Don, that's what I'm saying. What would you do? I asked him, I said, what would you do if she said, okay, yeah, I'm cooking, but she was on some porn star shit, like she was showing her ass and revealing herself and everything, like, but was cooking. How would you feel about that?
Would you date her?
Oh, you're saying would I date her?
Yep.
This is No Label the Pod.
Nah. I'm cool.
There's probably gonna be if there's women watching this, you're like, these niggas hating. These niggas, they not gonna date a girl with OnlyFans.
We
They not gonna date a girl with OnlyFans.
I support you.
We said, yo, he uses that same voice. All females that he hates, he uses that voice.
Listen, bro. You're not hating, ladies. Get your money. Just think about every option, because a lot of y'all are very intelligent, you know what I mean, and y'all have other qualities besides your body, you know what I mean. Like, take time to figure that out if that's what you want to do. If you want to just do OnlyFans, get in the bag, do that.
That's facts though, for sure.
Man.
But at some point you gotta evolve and grow.
Yeah,
right. You can't, because think about this: when you turn, you know what I mean, when you get older, and we all start to age, like, you gotta.
Man, she can do whatever fuck she want to do.
Here's the thing, bro.
Let's wrap this up, dog.
Here's the thing, bro. Girls are making so much money off this shit that they can literally do this for a little bit and be straight for years to come.
Yeah, they gotta make the right investment. So
that's
there you go, Don.
Yeah, man. The Label the Pod, episode 24. Y'all got any final thoughts? Oh yeah, prayers out to everybody during this time. Everybody, going through the COVID-19 crisis. Anybody who has family members that might have it. Mm-hmm. If you're around the essential workers, shouts out to y'all, of course. Prayers out to everybody. Facts. Any final thoughts? Be safe. Wash your hands. Wash ass. Wear masks. Wear gloves.
Facts.
Hand sanitizer.
And Don wants to let y'all know he's the real king of New York. So y'all can tone all that other stuff down.
And y'all better what? Put some respect on my name.
There you go.
Episode 24. We out.
Peace.
She watching me like a nigga is cable. I'll be on no label, but my clothes be all labels. Don't call my phone if you ain't talking about the paper. Told her I would call her later, never called her later.